Hey there, XLs. How's it going? Hope everybody had a nice holiday. Here we are, back, and there's about 1 week left before GGG returns to the offices. So at this point in the league, there's one build that really, or one archetype rather, that really stands above the rest, and it is the stat stacker. So previously on this character, it was just your standard Fizz Staff Monk, but now we have made the transition. We got the Hand of Wisdom in action. We're using Pillar of the Caged God. And we've got a few items with a bunch of stats on them. Not a bunch, but some anyway. The tree looks like this. It's pretty crazy, but stats are our damage now. We're not full crit yet. We're still freeze. This is still a semi-budget character. Probably less than 10 divines in total. Gloves, obviously the most expensive. You can get these. I bought these for 6, but you can shop around. You can get corrupted ones, whatever. One of these rings I paid a divine for. Might have paid a divine for this, and the rest was just rares. You buy it what you can. So stats are the priority. Intelligence gives you flat damage, and then AOE. Dexterity gives you a ton of attack speed, and strength gives you basically percent damage. So you don't necessarily have to balance out your minimums, but this note here makes it so you do more or increase damage for your lowest, and the higher your lowest, the more damage you get. Attack speed good, just because with Tempest Flare you move forward, so you're almost faster than running. And eventually, the more attack speed you get, you will be. But enough talking. Let's just run a map. This build really utilizes the double Herald abuse very well. Of course, that all scales with the damage you get from your gloves. But I am also incorporating charges, because charge staff is just too cool, and we don't always play what's optimal, we play what is cool. So now, as you can see, we are Darth Maul, exploding the screen, critting everything. And previously we had been power charge stacking, but as we're no longer using Falling Thunder and really just using charge staff for the second hit and extra clear, we don't need to have maximum charges. While the flat damage is nice, we're getting so much flat damage from our gloves now that it's not as big of a deal anymore. But yeah, this is very fun. Play it while you can. In the nature of ARPGs that are, live maintained, there's buffs, there's nerfs, and you kind of just got to roll with it. And they may not completely destroy this build. I mean, they could probably cut the numbers in half and it would still feel great to play. Let's hope they don't hit it that hard, but, it all depends. But just if it's fun and it's powerful and you can afford it, why not play it? I mean, this also goes for Spark, all those Spark players, Archmage in general. There's going to be some hammers coming. But we have a week, so if you have a character that you were thinking about playing, or, one is like, should I really invest in it? Just go for it, Why not? Have fun. And then you flip the items later, change something else. There'll probably still something powerful. But man, I barely even need to drop my bell for rares. It's great. Oh, I guess if anyone hasn't heard of the Herald tech, which may or may not also get nerfed. So Herald of Ice goes off when you kill a frozen enemy, right? And then Herald of Thunder goes off when you kill a shocked enemy. So the trick is to make Herald of Thunder freeze and then Herald of Ice shock, so they just propagate each other. And you can see there how it just, explodes out to the edge of the screen. So while it doesn't seem intuitive to use Thunder Infusion on Herald of Ice, since it makes you do less cold damage, but if you think about it, you're really just doing so much flat lightning damage anyway from your gloves. The conversion just makes it so you have a higher percentage of cold, but still mostly lightning. It's not super intuitive, but once you start playing with it, you really definitely see the results. And then, oh, what do we get? Belly of the Beast. Very cool armor, not very useful. But builds like this are always fun because when you reduce your scaling vectors or multiply the effects of single ones, then you just get so much value. And in this case, you know, we're scaling everything from our stats, and you know, strength gives us life. You could go CI in a build like this, but I just haven't needed to. Positive chaos res usually makes that fine. We can go over to skills really quick. As you can see, I'm actually still only using 3 links. All the money is in the gear, so that's something to be said. Tempest Flurry, Conk Effect, Martial Tempo, Primal Armament, Hana Chayula. I barely even use this, but it's just nice for like a big boss. Applies Freezing Mark, so everything will be frozen and will do more damage. And then Conductivity, so we do more lightning damage because the majority of our damage is lightning. Tempest Spell, Big Monk, Rage Forge for more damage, Font of Rage to just keep Rage capped, and then Close Combat. Grim and Feast, RIP, soon to be dead, enjoy it while you can. This just has some recovery and regen on it. Wind Dancer, Pin, Lockdown, this could be whatever, I just use these. Herald of Ice, Magnified Effect for bigger AoE, Conduction for more shock, and then Lightning Infusion to get more lightning damage on this. Then with Herald of Thunder, we do Glaciation for more freeze, Cold Infusion to shift damage more to cold, and then Long Shot for the extra damage. Combat Frenzy is how we generate our charges for Charge Staff. We use the passive tree to turn power charges into frenzy charges, or frenzies into powers. And then with Charge Staff, it's mainly an Ice Bite machine with Shock Siphon and Lightning Exposure. So this is probably not useful, but once you go full crit, which I haven't transitioned to crit yet, I'll talk about that on my tree, but then you won't need that. So on the tree here, I haven't gotten my 4th point here, crits ignore non-res. So once I do, I'll drop all this frost stuff and then start filling out crit, crit, crit. And I'm still only level 82, so I'm aiming for around level 90 is when I'll start making the crit transition to crit. And then at that point, I'll probably switch maybe off Charge Staff so I can incorporate Cast on Shock with Eye of Winter to give you the extra base crit. But overall, this is just a very, very fun character. This archetype is great. I mean, quarterstaffs are really what is new and exciting, and then stat stacking makes it busted. But, I mean, honestly, if they got stat stacking, I'm just going to go back to Fizz staff, and it should be pretty much the same. But overall, really fun character. Highly recommend. Play it while you can. See everybody next time.